HOA shut my dome, accidentally destroyed $2.1 million NASA data, and their nightmare began. I'm Dr. Michael Bradford, 52, exoplanet research specialist at Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, operating a 16-inch research dome on my property since 2019 under NASA. Exoplanet Archive Cooperative Agreement, feeding transit data directly to their TESS mission with full permits and federal partnership documentation. Wednesday at 4 p.m., I get an HOA emergency notice stating your dome must cease rotation immediately for aesthetic review and demanding shutdown within 24 hours because a new board member complained it ruins neighborhood character. I email explaining I have a critical observation window Friday at 11 p.m. for exoplanet TOI 1842b, a rare transit occurring only 4 times yearly that NASA specifically requested for orbital refinement. But the president responds, your hobby doesn't override community standards. Shut it down or we'll cut your power. Friday at 9 p.m., my dome suddenly stops rotating and power goes dead because the HOA hired an electrician to disconnect my circuit breaker to ensure compliance with the cease operations order. By the time I restore power, it's 2:30 a.m., and I've missed the entire 3.2-hour transit window, losing 847 calibrated frames, 14 hours of stacked exposures, and the complete light curve data NASA needed for their Nature Astronomy publication deadline. Monday, I file an incident report with NASA's Exoplanet Science Institute, and they launch an investigation, accessing my dome's automated logs, showing the exact power interruption timestamp matching the HOA's electrical work order. Tuesday, NASA's Office of Scientific Integrity calculates damage. Telescope time at $6,800 per hour times 38 hours equals $258,400. Multiplied by mission critical factor of 8 because this transit data was irreplaceable for orbital mechanics verification, plus $420,000 in downstream analysis losses and $1,180,000 in rescheduling costs for 3 observatories depending on my confirmation data, totaling $2,142,000 in scientific damages. Wednesday, federal attorneys contact the HOA with notice of claim under 42 U.S.C. 1983 for interference with federally funded research and obstruction of government operations. The HOA's insurance carrier determines its intentional interference with government activities and denies coverage, leaving the HOA personally liable for $2.1 million plus $180,000 in legal fees. Emergency meeting erupts with 340 homeowners voting to recall the entire board before bankruptcy destroys property values. Final settlement. HOA pays $85,000 to NASA's restitution fund, grants me permanent 25-year observatory protection, removes all restrictions on scientific equipment, and 3 board members resign facing personal liability. NASA upgrades me to priority observer with $340,000 in equipment grants for a new 20-inch telescope, and designates my property as a NASA cooperative research site with federal protection overriding all local ordinances. My dome rotates every clear night, contributing to 7 NASA missions, while property values increase 12% because buyers want to live near space research. Comment if science ever saved you from petty bureaucracy.